Hi, it's me. It's time for a tale, a story, a strange neckbeard thing. I was going for a third thing, but I couldn't, think of anything. Anyway, this is from Reddit user Kenny McNuggets, which is just a great name. This is Simping Ain't Easy, the story of Simpbeard. I don't know anything about this story, but just the title alone has made me uncomfortable, but let's keep going, because that's just where we are in our lives. Hello. Hi. This would be my first time writing about such a topic, because honestly, until I began listening to Redx, I was blind to how many beards I encountered in my life. I had one in college, another on Discord. My aunt qualifies as a leg beard, and I'm pretty sure I was nearly on that path myself until I finally gained self-awareness. It's good to know that you were able to dodge that bullet. But this story is a beard I recently knew. We met, grew close, and became friends. Though, here's the thing. He had no eyes for anyone but two people. The ex that dumped him many, many years ago, and the woman he lost along the way. Sounds like a dramatic tale. I should warn you now, don't read any further if you're uncomfortable about the DDLG topic. Oh god, I know what that is. I won't be going into detail about what it is or anything pertaining to it. If you want to know, Google it. Be very careful. It's a little out there, kids. The story also mentions something I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, but you can imagine what it is because it involves young people. Yeah. I'm going to be angry by the end of this, aren't I? You're warned. That's never stopped me before. My memory isn't the best, so details might be fuzzy, but this is as I remember them. Tales come from direct messages from subjects involved or Discord calls that I've partaken in. I would call this man Simpbeard because he simps for women who he cannot have. I met Simpbeard at least 2 years ago in our little D&D group on Discord. He was friends with another guy, best friends. The two met in the most unique way. They were both on charge for underage dealings, and the court messed up and gave them each other's papers. Isn't that a nice coinky-dink? His friend is a story of manipulation and caution that I won't go into now, for this is about Simpbeard. Simpbeard considered himself to be a handsome man. At the time, yes, I thought he was handsome. He also considered himself to be a elite gamer, and thought himself to be so great that he often, and still does, post himself lip-syncing edgy songs on TikTok while he's standing in the shower in his pot-bellied self. Did I mention that he used to be a stripper? Why does this man, physically embody every bit of cringe possible? Well, because of his underage dealings, he was on probation, working at the only place that would hire him, McDonald's. He often joked about it, coining the phrase, "Welcome to McDonald's, how may I take your daughter?" Oh my god. I already hate this man. Considering what he did, it was amazing how he thought of himself better than his former best friend, as in his words, "She told me she was 8. She told me she was 18. Anyway, he often touted the fact that he was a quote-unquote daddy. Ew. At the time, I didn't know about the whole DDLG thing, and I was soon immersed in this lifestyle through the eyes of others. Now I've come to realize that in this lifestyle there are people with real trauma who use it as coping mechanisms, and people who think of it as a kink of sorts, and I do not agree with the sexual aspect of it. He said it was a way to help himself. Like it would make him feel responsible for being a daddy to at least 1 to 3 whoever's. One of his LGs took it to the kink way, which was cringe. The girl in and of herself was cringe, but the fact that he didn't say no and gave her a chance to fulfill her fantasy, that doesn't earn him any points. He often said that anyone in a relationship with him would have to accept his alternate relationships. But despite how much that LG of his loved him in a romantic way, he didn't want her. No, he had an ex that he used to be engaged to, that he loved unconditionally. But alas, she broke up with him. I don't know how or why, but she called off the engagement, and he has been pining for her since. Holding a candle? Is that the term? Sounds about right. Anyway, the D&D, which was Star Wars, he played a female Wookiee. He often made menstruation jokes. Real fucking classy. Nothing too jarring, though. He liked to fuck a lot of NPCs, but there really wasn't much of a story there. Enter woman. Woman came into D&D through Simpbeard's friend, and she was a very wonderful woman. She took no shit from anyone. She would speak her mind whenever. If she didn't like you, she'd let you know immediately. But for the life of me, I don't know why she tolerated Simpbeard. I forget when. We were in a call, and they were going on about their past. Turns out that they were on a kick at one point in the past, and she was Simpbeard's first, and he was her first. It was like a small world that they came back together. And after that, Simpbeard thought it was a sign from above that she came back to him, that they were meant to be. But woman was engaged at the time. She was in another relationship. He didn't like that. And at one point, when woman lost her virginity to her man's, he said that he was the one who was owed her virginity because she was his first. Cool. But he was sad. And who did he go simp to? My best friend. He grew a crush on my best friend, which I will call BF. He often hinted that she should come visit him. Or when he found out that where she lived, he'd say that he should visit her, which was when we found out that he used to be a stripper. She eventually came to me, hoping to turn him down, so I turned him down for her, as a good friend would. He became sad again, then posted a depressing TikTok of him lip-syncing to a depressing song in the shower. My god, everything about this is just like, this guy, oh my god, I think my insides are imploding. Though, when woman started her own D&D, Simpbeard was right there, ready to impress everyone with his D&D skills. The first character was a skeleton in the Mafia D&D. He got crushed by a giant's fist on our first mission, dead. Why? Sleeping giant was holding a dead body that he wanted to loot. Classy. He would make many more characters who would eventually die because he made a stupid decision. Eventually caught the sight of the Lady Legbeard, and you know the drill. If you are sex D&D, then you must like in real life. That's a short story that I don't wish to go on, but it ends with her grabbing him by the nuts and proclaiming that they belong to her now. Ew. They lived in the same city, for reference. Though nothing topped the time when he wanted to start his own D&D. He specifically did it because he wanted to be in a relationship with every lady in the game. So we concocted a plan. All of us ladies would pair up beforehand. The game, however, was boring. It was long and tedious. Woman made a true neutral character who didn't fight because she didn't care, and my character sat out with her as we were paired together. But the memorable part was when he brought out all of his DMPCs, which were all awesome and cool, and one was a Wolf King, his OC. But I think we all just left one by one, and the game was never brought up again. I think he knew that it failed. However, after that, Simpbeard just kind of faded into the background. The Mafia D&D stopped, and so did he. Woman finally left and hasn't been active since. We've grown apart, and now he's just playing games and still posting edgy TikToks. Update. A friend of mine and I were talking about this post, and she reminded me of a time that I think I blocked out of memory. My friend, Elle, was 17 at the time, and she tolerated Simpbeard like the woman did. But she was too nice to tell him to fuck off, so she put up with him as a friend. Well, Simpbeard set his sights on her at one point. Reminder, she's 17, and asked to take her virginity.
FBI should be knocking on his door any minute now.
According to her memory, which is better than mine, he was very into the whole taking virginity of girls. Of course he was. It was one of his biggest turn-ons. Why am I not fucking surprised? I have to confirm that yes, this is true. Also, Elle at another point had taken a trip with her family, and while on that trip, Simpbeard decided it was a good idea to guilt-trip her about not being closer with him, something woman found out about and blasted him for. Elle is a very sensitive girl, so he knew by doing something so disgusting that it would affect her. Are you sure that you didn't know, like, Lucas Werner? Like, everything about this just sounds like something he would do. This is pure fucking cringe. How is this man such an actual black hole of terrible ideas and terrible actions? Like, it's not enough that he is one thing. It has to continue to go. Like, there's just so much of this, and oh dear lord, what an absolutely creepy creature. Especially the fact that, like, he got not only caught doing this very illegal thing that I'm not allowed to talk about on YouTube, but, like, jokes about it as if it's an okay thing. Like, haha, I did this, oh well. You actually are just pure disgusting. That is just, wow, fascinating how horrifying that is. Ugh. He's definitely got the neckbeard level of simping over people down. Like, definitely that creepy... Ugh. I just can't stand people who do that. That's just really, really fucking weird. It's one thing if you like somebody and you're trying to impress them, but that weird, like, suck-up thing is just... It just reeks of desperation. And then, of course, you know... the weird DDLG thing. Look, I get it. Some people are into that, and that's their thing, and fine, I guess. I'm personally never going to understand it. There's certain kinks that I won't lie to you. It's your life. You can do that if you want. Whatever. I'm never going to get why. I'm trying to be supportive, but for the life of me, I don't get it. In fact, the very idea of being called daddy in that kind of context makes me actually nauseated. It's disgusting. I hate it. That's why I'm your uncle, Moonhorse. That's far more tolerable. So, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this interesting tale, and I love you all so very much. If you would please like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. I have a Ko-Fi, and I have a merch store. Please check those out, and if you can't, that's okay too. Every Saturday, there is a live stream, and it's like this in all the ways that it's not. I also have a mailing address and several other strange things in the links underneath this and every single video. You can send me weird things in the mail and I will open them on camera. That's a thing I do. I don't know why I do it, but I do. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.